Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I'm going to do a reading in this full moon energy, Aries full moon. I just did a spiritual sapience reading for October 21st. We're still in the kind of the backside of this full moon energy, and it's really quite powerful. It feels like a lot of clearing away of denser energy. So check out that spiritual sapience reading. I did 2 additional readings yesterday, right after my spiritual sapience reading. 2 readings, neither of which the sound was doing fine, and then it just kind of, there were certain segments of that reading where my voice would be muted. You wouldn't be able to hear a thing I said, and then it would pick back up again. So there were clearly some elements in those readings that were not meant to be heard. It was really kind of strange the way certain phrases were just divinely edited out. And I didn't want to post the readings because everybody would say that, you know, your microphone's turned off or, you know, something, but the sound would then come back. And it was just specific messages that were just not meant to be heard. So I didn't feel right about posting the videos. So, but in those, sorry, I thought I turned my phone off. Okay, sorry. In those elements, in those readings, I had pulled out 2 decks. And used the Energy Oracle and the Good Tarot. So I'm going to use the Energy Oracle in this reading as well as the Shadowscapes. Remember, no reversals, and then the Quantum Oracle. And specifically because I want to kind of tune into the energies that are really powerful with this full moon in Aries. And then I will use the Good Tarot if I feel like I need to. So let's get started. Door to personal healing and happiness. Look at that beautiful card. It's like a portal. It's a gateway you're going through. Check out the spiritual sapience reading, because in that reading you had to leave something behind. The card, the oracle card, was a 7 card. This is a 34, a 7 card, and it is definitely the shift of energy. That's like a energetic portal that you're going through. It's a lighter, less dense energy, but you're going to have to let go of some denser things in your life, and it may be something you've invested a lot of time in and something you've been committed to. So that came up in the spiritual sapience, so that might be something you want to check out if this reading resonates with you. So let's see what's going on in this door to personal happiness. There's a rainbow and a dove, and that to me is very peaceful, lighter, more buoyant, more connected energy. Here's the 2 of Swords. Not the card I expected, to be honest, but this is a choice. The 2 of Swords means you could be blocking, or it can also be you're unable to make a decision. And see how the heart is dangling there? This is a decision that has to do with your heart, because you have the means to use your sword to cut that heart down, but you haven't made the decision. So whatever decision that you're making is about your heart, what your heart wants, but you haven't decided to move in that direction. So that's the energy that's incoming, and that is probably going to be a decision that has to be made before you can walk through this portal, because this portal is going to be representative of what your heart desires, what you feel is aligned with your heart space, your heart chakra. So let's get some more information. Okay, well, this card came out first, and this is Temperance. And then we have the 10 of Swords and the Hermit. Okay, so you're going to take some time to deliberate on this decision because in order to make this decision, you're going to have to cut something away, just like the spiritual sapiens. You're going to have to leave something behind, something you've invested a lot in, and it feels like a commitment, a relationship. And if you don't choose what your heart wants, you're going to be blocking this door to personal happiness and healing. So you're going to take a lot of time to balance your energies before you make a decision, and you're going to go in and you're going to allow, you know, your higher self to help guide you, your spirit guides, to what is right and best for your highest and greatest good. And then the Ten of Swords, you're going to make that decision, which is going to end something, and it's going to be painful. It's going to hurt, but you have to do this in order to allow it to heal, and then to move forward on your happiness. Let's see what else. The Ten of Wands. Wow, this is a heavy decision for you. Your deliberation, you're trying to balance your energies and really take your time and give yourself some space to be able to make this decision. It is an absolutely heavy, it's a weight that you feel. The energy is heavy. As here's the Queen of Cups. Definitely something you want to choose for your heart, just so I can show you how heavy. See, she's there with all of the weight of that on her back. And that looks like her home, the things that she has manifested and built in her life. It's all just weighing her down. And she's trying to choose because she doesn't want to walk away from it. But yet her heart is calling her. Her heart is calling her to get into this lighter energy, this less dense energy through her heart chakra. It's the path of your heart. Connected to that spiritual sapience reading, see on this card where she's walking on the back of turtles, and as she goes to take her next step, sorry for the glare, the turtles rise up to meet her so that she won't fall in the water. That was connected to that spiritual sapience, because what you need, the divine will provide. So this is the stepping stones. These are the stepping stones you have to take in order to walk through this door of personal happiness and healing. It will allow your heart to heal and bring all of this abundance in your life. And the 7 card in that was called Blood Angel. So it definitely a very hard decision for you to make. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. So we have 2 queens here. The Queen, these are like the Queen of the heart and the Queen of the practical. And that feels like the 2 of Swords decision as you're trying to balance those energies, because a part of you have made a huge investment in this 10 of Wands. All of this that you have built has become a heavy burden when you have to think about walking away from it, because it is your abundance and stability, but your heart is crying for something else. 4 of Cups. That 4 of Cups came up in the spiritual sapience too. Here we have a dove again, and she's just really melancholy, almost like she's just torn. She doesn't know what to choose. She's no longer interested in the lower vibration life that she's leading, but she also wants to know, she's reticent to make this choice. That's why the 2 of Swords. Status quo. This is a 2 card again. Decision. Decision to maintain the status quo of your material and stability, or are you going to choose to follow your heart? See, I'm going to use the Good Tarot for this side. I have the deck upside down. So this is a cycle that is a lower, denser energy, that you're going to need to make some changes in order to rise into that higher vibration. And in that spiritual sapience, remember we got that arise card multiple times in readings, and that is the shift from the lower density to the higher density energies. Star, there's the healing. There's the hope and healing. It's like have hope. And 8 cards to me are divine. This is a 17 card, so it would be an 8. 2 of fire. That was funny because I saw that when I cut the deck and I saw that I had the deck upside down. I saw the 2 of wands. You're kind of waiting for the path to be illuminated before you make a decision. If you can see, she's riding a giraffe, sorry. She's riding this giraffe, and the giraffe is holding the lamp, almost like the hermit energy. But if you see, look carefully right behind her, she's got her sword. She hasn't quite yet made this decision. She's waiting for some sort of illumination, like from the hermit. Here's the 2 of earth, here's the 2 of pentacles. So we have the 2 of swords, the 2 of wands, and the 2 of pentacles. So this is a really difficult decision. She's weighing her options here. Because she wants to go through this doorway. See, this is the dichotomy. Walk through this doorway or maintain your status quo. Look at the result at the end of this corridor and look at the result at the end of this doorway. That's a huge decision to make. This is all about stability and home, you know, your living situation. And this is all about heartfelt beauty and, you know, being aligned with what your heart desires. All right, this is getting to be a longer reading than I anticipated. Uh-oh, quite a few. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Cups. Queen of Water, 8 of Water. This is your, it's the 8 of Cups is walking away toward something that is resonant with your soul's journey, your spiritual path. So this is what she is feeling called to do. Over here, this Queen of Cups is to move toward what she knows is aligned with her spirit, even though it may mean that she has to decide something that's difficult. Let's see what's here. We have the Page of Cups, which is the Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups. The 6 of Water. There's the soulmate connection. Did you predict that? Lots of water. The Messenger of Air. So that is the Knight of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. Wow. So this is kind of like leaning toward a soulmate connection, which is the door to this personal healing and happiness. Because that's part of her soul contract, her mission. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is, bam, make that decision. 4 of Earth, there's a resistance to it, and they're defending. They feel like whoever this reading is for feels like they're very defensive because they're trying to make this decision and there's resistance. So they're still battling themselves back and forth and back and forth. There's justice. There's the decision right there. See how she's holding the sword of truth? She's picked up the sword here. She's taken this and she's made her choice. And here's the full moon behind her, so that's going to come soon. This is an 11 card, also one of the twin flame energy cards. Let me pick something, since this is a Divine Feminine reading apparently. Let me pick something from the Divine Feminine. This card stayed on the table. The Divine Feminine Oracle. See if there's some particular support or guidance. This is a hard decision, and nobody can tell you what's right for you. The mystic of divine love. Love is divine and I am nothing except love. This is definitely choosing the heart. And this is divine love, which is this twin flame, soulmate counterpart reading that she's being guided. This divine feminine is being guided toward. The goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Kind of more twin flame energy for me there. Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. The frequency of love. That is the lighter, less dense energy that you're moving into. But there's something that you have committed to and invested a lot of time that is keeping you kind of stuck in this lower density energy. And it's really a difficult decision to choose what your heart is compelling you to do or what your mind is telling you to do, because the status quo is very comfortable, but it is honestly a very heavy decision for you to make. So take your time, go within, and do what is right for you. Namaste.